Have you recovered from that last one? No? Me neither. It doesn't matter. It's a EUCF. The games come thick and fast. We're now in the open round of 16. Gentle taking on the Flying Angels of Bern. Gentle won both of their games yesterday, topped the pool, whereas Flying Angels were 1-1 in the pool and won their crossover matchup to take their place in this game. It's Benji Rees alongside Steph Rapazzo, with Gentle in the green beginning on offense. It'll be interesting to see how both sides have adjusted to this game, starting 15 minutes late, of course, as that last game significantly overran. Just something for both sides to get used to. Faking the backhand, going to the near side instead. There's the deep shot, looking for maybe the best receiver in Europe, and he comes up trumps once more. Toby de Craan is on a different level.
Isn't he just? Toby de Craan, number 33 in your playbooks, but number 1 in many of your hearts. He has stolen the hearts of many, as Benji says. One of the prime time receivers, always happy to get horizontal, as we see him doing here. This time, reasonably well covered up too. The defensive bid very good by Ralph Docourt, but as good as it was, still not enough to even blind de Craan from seeing where he was putting his hand out. A super bid, a great way to open up. Boumalal put that one a little bit suspectly, where seeing that it did have to go beyond the defender, but he knows his receiver, he knows who he's throwing to there. Backed his guy, and this guy didn't let him down. He'll be able to throw him some more suspect throws in the future for that.
Yeah, that is very much a case of knowing and trusting your receiver. So 1-0 Gentle with a clean start to this game. The pull comes from Lander.
That is
Toby's brother.
One heck of a pull.
Isn't it just? On the far sideline is Severin Rees. Goes backwards to Immersi, spreading things wide here as Elmiger comes underneath and now centres back to Rees. Now the live wire Immersi. He wants the deep shot. He's got the separation to Metzger. Elmiger's in the area as well, and Metzger flubs the catch.
Oh goodness, that was a gift. A beautiful put, and Metzger just giving this chance to Gentle for nothing.
And Gentle are not going to hang about with it, as de Moulinaire bangs it coast to coast, drops into the bucket for Benjamin Swartz, and that is a 2-0 Gentle lead, and it could have all been so different if only Metzger could have stuck the catch.
The co-president of the Belgian National Federation goes for a long run there, does Swartz, who I remember that layout he had in front of Ollie Gordon in the European final, early days there. Swartz gets it done, athletically speaking, any which way he's asked upon there. There you see, he knows who picked that disc up. He knows Lander's not shy. He gets going, spreads the field immediately, and Lander goes tape to tape without problem. We saw him throw that pull, and the pull was just a practice for the scoring throw.
Well, it's not Lander, because Lander takes the underpass, and it's PJ de Moulinaire, who usually we think about going deep, and this time, no, he's on the assisting end.
You're absolutely right. It is PJ de Moulinaire on that assist. And Gentle are off to a flying start here, a hold and a break, and a gift of a break. That was a Metzger goal. It was a nice looking O for Flying Angels, but wow, did it get shoved down their neck the other way as soon as they didn't make it count.
So that pull begins to fade back towards Gentle, as it is fielded now by a Fab side that probably should have been level in this game rather than giving up that early break, as there is a pick in the centre with things looking very cluttered and congested. Mercy fakes down the line. Handler clears through, sits it up towards the far side. Lander de Crane rises above Metzger to get the block. Quick pickup. Wanting to punish the Swiss at the very first opportunity, but it's not quite there. Just outside the end zone now with Van Lebeek. Loads of players congesting that front corner of the end zone, but they managed to squeak it through, and now back to Cotin. As there is a pick downfield, not a surprise because, as we say, it is very muddled in there.
Yeah, they jam them all into the middle there, short field, still a 5-2 setup.
And then they do finally find that scoring pass. Lander de Crane, it is 3-0 Gentle. What a hot start, and no surprise to see Fab take the timeout.
Yeah, no surprise at all. Jan Tenger out there, the coach, the old veteran of this team. He knows what to do with this in a situation like this, and calmer heads will prevail. Let's see if they can get back to that initial offense before the bobble and find a way to stop this early Gentle run.
Yeah, it has been so ruthless from the Belgians coming in there back off the stoppage. A little check-in. They set the isolation to Lander at the front. Defender with no chance. And Gentle cruising at the start of this game, taking here a 3-0 lead. There are so many reasons to outfit your team in Force beyond just looking the part of a champion. Force offers professional design services with their dedicated graphics team. All apparel is produced in France. Force works with a local labour team and their raw materials are sourced in Europe. Force insists on transparency with no hidden fees and international express shipping. Look the part and play the part with Force Sportswear. Open last 16 action here at EUCF 2023, and at the moment Gentle seem like they have their sights set not just on the quarterfinals but even higher, because they are putting Fab to the sword. 3-0 in the blink of an eye, less than 10 minutes on the clock. Yeah, it's been a devastating assault from the Belgian side.
Belgians have been sharp throughout the tournament. 2 wins, 2 games, offside called on the pull. And was it a dropped pull?
It might well have been. I couldn't quite see through the traffic. I'll have to have another look at it on the replay, but it might just be going from bad to worse here for the Flying Angels, as they are being bedeviled by the Belgians.
Well, that is not, it is indeed PJ de Molinari's got the disc in his hand. That is a turnover on the pull. Great defense, whoever pulled that. You get yourself a turn or a block.
And de Moulin with a little pop to the front of the end zone, in and out of the hands, but a foul called on contact into the Frenchman Simon Cruel. A very handy addition to have, to be honest.
Yes, very much so. Another stoppage there. PJ has another look. This stack's got to tidy up, but still, what a tough way to start this game for Fab right now. Nothing going their way.
Obviously, with the disc back to the Moulin tells you that it was a contested foul, but it does mean that Gentle keep possession off the front of the stack, a couple of paces out of the end zone. Will they force it in? But no, they just want to ensure that they are making the most of every single opportunity. Cruel goes back to De Moulinaire. This is good red zone defense, which has really forced Gentle backwards, and they get the rewards for firming up there as it bounces in and out of the hands of De Koning. So, second life given on this possession. Finally, something goes the Flying Angels' way. Can they make the most of it? It's a very circumspect opening to this possession. Always a little bit offline, but Lutzi Stauffer makes the catch. Now on the far sideline. It sounds like we've got a transition coming from Gentle. A high rising grab made well there by Fischer, the Austrian. Showing the hammer, but not putting it and throwing it right into the paws of the Belgian defense, Dante Simons. De Moulinaire might stretch it once more with his arm. No, he's going to take the timeout instead.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him stretch that one, but Gentle realized they gave away a glorious opportunity there once they had that disc on the goal line. Oh, there's the drop pull again there. Another look, but that gave them the glorious opportunity. Squandered after not finding an easy way in, and they've got it back. They've got a much different task, a whole field. So they're going to take a little break and talk about how they're going to attack this whole field with their D-line.
Yeah, it will be fascinating to see what Gentle have cooked up already, rocking and rolling to a 3-0 lead.
Wait. Isn't this for the other apparel? We've got like new stuff, right? Bring it in.
Feast your eyes on the new fan version of our iconic ULTI.TV sweatshirts. Great fan gear available for you. Check out our new range of colors and insist on staying warm and looking fresh. Shipping is available after EUCF. Get your fan gear and be one of us.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
A fab offense that was electric yesterday is now stuck in a deep quagmire. Down 3-0 against Gentle. Dropped the pull on this point. They did manage to get the turn back, but they couldn't do anything with it, and now Gentle will try and work the full length of the central zone, coming off the timeout as the first pass goes to Simons. Fab have locked it down slightly. Underneath to De Moulinaire. There's the stretch with the throws. He's looking for Cruel, racing behind the defense. You could see the celebration from Tahone even before Ruel had reeled it in, because he knew, the whole sideline knew, that it's 4-0 Gentle.
4-0 Gentle. What a chase by the young Frenchman. A beautiful put again by De Moulinaire. He's been quite good so far. 4 points in, 2 full field Huck assists. A cracking day so far already for Donati, the 31-year-old, who's still doing it. A revival of his career after, putting in the years. you know, getting on a little bit, and then dealing with a long COVID, took him out of the game. Wasn't sure he'd get back in, and last year was just a gift to him to be back and to be able to be on a national team as strong as the Belgian one he was on. Got a gold medal. Now the rest of this is all gravy. They're just doing more and more and more, and he is personally really providing to this team of youngsters as a veteran leader, and big throws like that are exactly what they need out of their veterans.
Gentle trying to sag off those handlers to clog the lanes, but they find the way through to Reese. And now Reese to Metzger. Had a chance for a clean hold on the games on their first O point, did fab, but Metzger, who found himself free deep, dropped the pass, and that opened the door for Gentle, and they have not looked back since. Elmiger, central to Immersi. Now Metzger with the high release down the far sideline, could only be macked around the corner by Bisad. Still count rising, and big old barge there. They sneak that one up the line to Verreken over the top. Hammer pins it onto Vandermoor. Now a flat and deep, and Lander clearly saw something that no one else did. Swartz just outside the end zone. Not anymore into the end zone. Matthew Willems 5-0. Gentle. It is brutal.
Oh wow, this is just a beatdown. Again, this just has crumbled apart ever since that Metzger drop. Nothing going right there. You see Willems finishing the job, but everybody contributing there. Big throw by Lander. Nice catch by Van Lebergen, the rapper, as I understand, on his downtime. Everybody's putting in here, Benj, and you know they get 2 wins, one only by a hair against Forward, but I talked to them. They said they just ran full lines. They ran
utilized the full depth of the squad.
Yes, they ran their team a lot different than they would in an elimination game, is what I was told.
So 5-0, Fab already burning their second timeout of the half.
We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my God! Somehow they do it!
Gentle 5, Flying Angels 0. The scoreboard is not lying to you, and I think it would be kind of ignoring the elephant into room to talk about the fact that this game started 15 minutes late due to the overrunning of the Nulact versus Savage pre-quarter final in the mixed division, and it feels like Gentle, maybe with the biggest squad, they've just adapted to that so much better.
Oh, have they ever?
So they're coming down with a zone here. They're shuffling through defenses, trying not to let Flying Angels get a chance to get set, and that one hits the floor, but there is an accepted foul there by Broes Cotin. Just a little dish forward there. Mosseman goes backwards, and Hinkle spreads it wide. That one low into the turf. I'm not convinced that he managed to keep that one up there, Dalcourt. We'll have to look at it again on the replay.
And we're having it here. Ooh, I agree with you, Benji. I think that touched the ground there.
Yeah, Daniele Emersi had a quick look on the replay and he says it's down as well. So just quick, crisp use of technology there. The disc is a little bit warped, so they are going to bring on a replacement.
So, a lot of interesting scores around.
Yeah, I'll let you. Do you mind if I let you hit those up after this after this
course?
Because they are already in the red zone here, picking up with Simoons, who's resetting back to Kotin. Dishing the 1-2 with Zwarts. Zwarts down the line for the score. His second of the game to go along with an assist as well. He's having himself a time out there. Been involved in half of Gentle's points. It's 6-0.
And this is just a full-on old-fashioned beatdown right now, Benji. For Fab, at least they've got a bit of wind at their back coming right now. That is the good news. Otherwise, they just got to crack this defense. And Gentle's putting a fresh line on every time. They've got more legs than them. They probably started the game knowing that they were going to be out-dueled in athleticism, did Fab. And it's just coming more and more. They're keeping the same guys out there. They rely on O-line, and Gentle are just bringing a fresh athletic body to each one of them and making it more and more difficult the longer this game goes right now.
You may have seen the water balls coming on in celebration there for Gentle because they got that dog in them.
They got that dog in them. So around the bracket, our other scores, Jet Set and Ranelagh locked in one. Ranelagh with a 1-goal lead, 7-6. Mooncatchers doubling up on KFK. Costa Rica Grandes ahead of Chevron. La Fota doubling up. Alba 2 up on Bad Skid, 8-6. Chak, Clapham 2 up on Chak, 8-6. And that brings us back to this field here. 6-0 lead for Gentle.
Just coming in at the brick mark, so maybe some brief respite there for Flying Angels. Just a little upliner there to Emersi. Everything forced back into the congested centre of the park. Bisset goes low towards the far sideline. Elmiger dives and secures. And now Metzger. Metzger to Libishevsky. That luminous orange Under Armour you can see under his shorts. Oh, De Millionaire flashed in, nearly got the block. If he'd laid out, it might have been there, but just couldn't explode in time. Emersi taking on the break, no going back. Oh, the disc is tipped, it's still alive and smuggled away by Simon Ruel. I thought he was going to pull the trigger. He does it the second time of asking. Metzger bids. So does the receiver, who bangs the ground in frustration. I'm trying to just get a quick little spy of who his intended target was. It's Roel de Koning.
The D-getter himself is back to Fab, but what a D by Roel de Koning.
And now, airing it out, it's floating. This one is going to pick up steam and outrun everyone. At the very least, it's not near Fab's end zone.
Wow, Roel de Koning, I'm going back there. That one got away from them, but that defensive play to get that D, the 19-year-old with 9 years of playing experience, started as a 10-year-old bench, and is playing like a veteran and still in his late teenage years. That bid was exceptional.
This is one of the things I really admire about Gentle. It's not just, you know, they're elite teams, but they're a large club, and they bring a lot of youth players through. I mean, the majority of the unit out there for Gentle is homegrown, born and bred, and they're seeing the benefits of that, not just in the Open Division, but in the other divisions as well. There's the deep shot looking for Ruel. It blades, but he catches. Waiting for some support. Fakes once. Has a look. He's got a no mark on, so he's got a little bit of time, and there is a pick to just allow a chance for a breather, but Gentle on the precipice of a 7-0 scoreline. Taking the reset, spreading it across the end zone, and Emersi steps in front to get the important and necessary block.
Oh boy, did they need that, Benji. They cannot, I mean, the game has gone away from them, but they can't just keep, they still gotta save some faith here, some pride. And there's a little bit of show of the fight in them. They're gonna need more of a cheese for Rican.
That is not the way to do it though from Dawn. Verreuken to de Moulinaire. Gentle's offense after the turn, not been as crisp as they would like on this point, but lovely little leading dish there. And de Moulinaire goes for the backhand once more. Van de Moor finds de Moulinaire. He fakes the over the top, but wasn't fully committed to it. Instead, leathering the inside through Ruel. Going back, will Verreuken find the scoring shot? No, still a couple of yards out, but then threaded through the centre. De Moulinaire to Van de Moor, and it's 7-0, Steph. 7-0.
What in tarnations is going on right now? 7-0. There are no answers. The last chance, legitimate chance, was still going back to second point of the game, Benji. The Metzger drop in the end zone. And since then, the Fab offense has been unable to generate. As I've said, we haven't seen the gentle O-line on the field. We haven't seen the likes of Sontag, Tobé de Crane since that first grab of the game. They've been on the shelf, and we might get to, you may at this stage see Coach put on the O-line and say, all right, you guys have a run. I would still keep my O-line on the shelf, let the D-line do their job. When the D-line, okay, yeah, O-line, you want to play, you want to get your burn. Too bad, your D-line's doing what their job is. Keep them on the field and just put this game completely away. It is out of reach, but now just put it away. Get it over with. Keep your O-line totally relaxed, refreshed. It's basically a bye round for your O-line if they don't have to go out there.
As you might expect, spirit understandably high on the gentle sideline as Lander de Crane with another horrible pull to field lands at the back of the end zone, and this time mercifully does skim through, so they will get the chance to bring it to the front.
Wow, Lander is pulling absolute comets falling from the sky.
So just collecting the little dish off the first pass, Windler finds Mosselman and back to between the two of them now, tight on this sideline, towed in though by D'accord. Mosselman back and through Windler's hands. This is an absolute nightmare. And Gentle will not quite in just yet, but they will be now. And Fab just look completely shell-shocked.
Shaken and stirred, shell-shocked, mystified. You see Fuse running out there with a dog dish right now, giving the dogs a drink of water because they want it. That's what they've taken on, the persona they've taken on, these dogs working hard out there. And look at it, drinking from the dog dish, Benji. They are
hungry and thirsty for success this week, and 8-0 at halftime. I mean, Gentle were the favourites coming in, but I don't think anyone saw this coming.
And I think this, I saw they beat Chevy. Chevy, okay, coming off the biggest win in Chevy history.
I mean, they beat Chevy handily.
And then you saw the forward scoreline, okay, they took their foot off the pedal. I got the explanation. They really used the whole roster. And now you see this, and boy, oh boy, this is a team that has legitimate title contention when you see them playing like this. I mean, everybody talks about the Mooncatchers, deservedly so, rightly so. Belgians' top team, they've had such a great season. But this Gentle team is deserved of a lot of conversation right now. Another timeout on the field bench. Have a look at the match stats. That is just, I mean, that's a lot of donuts on the right-hand side.
I mean, you'd be thinking about, 0 break chances, and Gentle only had the 1 clean hold. It's because they've only been on offense once, and they just got the break train rolling, and it has never left the field. 8-0, Gentle in a dominant position at halftime here in the open round of 16 at EUCF.
We are Hive Ultimate, a group of players and coaches from all over the world working together to progress the next generation of Ultimate strategy. We've helped top teams win world championships and new teams introduce the sport in a fun and inclusive way. Search for Hive Ultimate on YouTube to learn more about our cutting edge strategies and to see analysis of world-class teams. To find out what Hive can do for your team, head over to our Patreon page where you can gain access to our exclusive drills and session plans and to join our worldwide community of coaches. Get ahead of the curve with Hive Ultimate.
Do not adjust your screens. That is the correct scoreline. Gentle 8, Fab 0. Benji Reese alongside Steph Pazzo in the booth.
And I'm gonna...
What the heck is happening?
I don't know, but it's a good time to remind you people, and at least we should get half the viewers right now because the Gentle fans have got to be liking this. It is a good moment for you Gentle fans to like and subscribe. And as far as I'm told and understand from the laws of life and karma, if Fab fans want their team back in it, the best thing you can do back at home is smash that like button, subscribe, and become a patron, and help give your team a chance to get back in it, because right now they could use absolutely anything to help out with what's going on here.
Let's go, boys!
Again, Gentle's pools continually pinning Fab in their own end zone to start, and they've shuttled through a variety of defenses to never allow the Swiss to settle into a rhythm, and that has showed. Immersi to Metzger, watches that one all the way in. Just a little pop to Reese under tight pressure. No, stolen by Matthew Willems. Lander de Crane looking, he wants the break side pass. He's going to sit it beyond Reese for 9-0.
9-0, it is just pouring on. It's Belgian celebration, even though we're still not getting as much likes as we want, but they're celebrating. And you see in the chat, they're already ready for a all Belgian quarter, as Jet Set is still up on Ranelagh on the other field. A little bit of a surprise over there to some, maybe. To some, it could be very expected. Yes, we expect now that the Belgians will always go out and dominate. Ranelagh's brought it back to within 8-9, so that's still a game over there. This one blown out of the water. Lander de Crane, another assist there. You get a head spike at the end. It is all Gentle. These green dogs just keep barking, Benj, and they have well and truly claimed this territory as theirs. I mean, I don't know what you do as a coach of Fab right now. Like, maybe like Huck and Hope, get it out of your end is almost the better way. But the Gentle have scored on a short field. Gentle have scored on the long field. They've scored by they're getting the disc at will, and they're scoring with efficiency. Their D-line conversion is exceptional. They've only given it back, what, twice over the course of this whole game. 3 times, excuse me.
It feels like the game is long since over as a contest, but this might finally get them on the board if the wind agrees, and the wind does not agree, pushing it out of the side of the end zone. It just, honestly, they must be hoping that they're going to wake up any second from a bad dream, but unfortunately it's reality, and Gentle are continuing to steamroll through. They had the separation and it just wouldn't quite drop in time. Sonntag, the German, of course, would have hoped to be here with his home club Heidi's, but somewhat dramatically they didn't make the cut out of a congested region.
I don't think Sonntag was there at regionals even.
Now he's playing in a gentle side that is absolutely flush with talent. Pop back into the end zone. Credit the Fab defense here because it's not making it easy. And Sonntag with the shot that blades. Oh, it's tipped up back in the air. And it's been that kind of game. Everything breaking Gentle's way. Nothing falling for the Flying Angels. Ben.
And as you said, Benji, they cannot put a foot wrong, even when it should be turning over. That was a good D for Fab there, getting in the way of the 69 shirt of Van Lenberge. He gets it tipped up. Verreken comes trailing through. Here's another look at the Verreken collection there, and the rest is made to be easy, wide open in the end zone to finish the point. There's another look at the lucky bounce, but you got to be good to be lucky, and Gentle are good, and they keep getting good, and they're getting a few lucky breaks because of how well they're playing. They are charging every pull. I mean, you talk about the benefit of good pulling. Well, this game is a great example of that.
You are so right, Steph.
You see very little generation. Fab are collecting every pull, and you can almost see the nerves. If they were getting it near brick marks, that's one thing, but almost everyone, and this is probably one of the more mediocre pulls, and it still lands in the end zone.
And they still very nearly got a run through D on the first pass.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, this is, if you've got to face Gentle later in the tournament, this is somewhat terrifying, I think. Be said. Now maybe it's going to work for Fab as they find the option outside the end zone. Libishevsky, little short pass there. Be said. Really pumped that inside break, and it frees space as the mark commits. Now the up line potentially. Still could have gone with that little dish to Immersi, but the break, oh, he bobbled it, and it means that he's not quite in the end zone yet. And the run through D comes, but maybe there was contact on the way.
Yeah, I think Severin Reese has got a point here. He got just a little bit chopped up there, wrists clacking. And yeah, I think he snuck his hand a little too far into the basket there. Got a bit too much of the body. So it is back in the hands of Severin Reese.
Reese goes back to Immersi. Tries to beckon, plays a little bit closer. Immersi, the break towards the far side. Dawn trying to play the red zone defense, a bump on the mark from Cottin, quickly accepted foul call.
And it's ready to tap it back in, but this is just a tale of the day. They were on the doorstep, it looked all that easy. It's still been another 4 or 5 passes.
And finally, the wait for Fab is over and they get on the board.
Dorn with that nice throw in the end there, the over-the-shoulder backhand break, high release inside to Immersi. They're on the board, but that was a lot of work, even just in that point, not considering the other 10 points played that didn't go their way. Even that one, as we said, they got down. They were on the doorstep there earlier. 6 throws ago was Elmiga, and they had to go backwards, and it was contested, and the defense was coming and charging down the neck, and that took everything to get the 1 goal in. Save some face here. Let's get the D-line on the field. Interesting to see the Gentle O-line back on. I think they were quite content to stay shelved, but surely happy to get out there and play a little bit too.
So with that long break train for Gentle, we'll see how the offense can adjust. As it, to Fab's credit, a very good pull has Gentle start at the back of their own end zone. Here's Boomalau. Spreading it to Toby Declan. That opening layout for a score seems so long ago. Zips it through to Sontag. Sontag and Boomalau running a little bit of 1-2. Oh, he took it the full fat milk, and he skimmed the cream off the top as well. Did Declan? No, not quite, but it didn't matter because quickly taken back in play, flipped through to Sontag. And I'll tell you what, didn't look like the Gentle offense had missed a beat there, Steph.
No, not a single bit. The give and goes there. I mean, maybe a potential for a travel on that last one from Boomalal to Declan that was thought to be in, but that's how free they were. They were just running and gunning up the field. They could chuck it into each other's bread baskets, never establish a pivot foot, never establish a stall count, and that is very easy. They're going to go take another break and let their defense play again. Maybe 2 points only for the Gentle O-line. 2 points thus far anyways. I can't imagine them playing too much more.
And just seeing a replay there of the score. Toby Declan to Nis Julius Sontag. I mean, here you go. Here's that lightning quick throw and go. Tried to muck it all the way in, just couldn't quite get the most forward foot down first, but it didn't matter. They converted on the next pass. Immersi has Stauffer clear through, but instead dishing to Dawn, and they're just happy to take the little 1-2 yard pops. Now they draw the defense in and swing round it. Ludwig Stauffer. Staying patient against the Gentle zone. Just happy to pick those spaces. I see they've crossed Luca Bouchon over to play some defense. Help to patrol the front line. Squeezing through, oh, that's a bit of a floater, and a long hand in there from Van Bogaert. Bouchon with this wide swing. Oh, Cotton had to adjust. I don't think it's going to hold up because there was a pick before the throw, a couple of seconds before the throw as well. Just looking at how the bracket would shake out, the winner of this game, and let's be honest, if it's not Gentle, I will eat all sorts of inedible hats. They face the winner of Jet Set versus Ranelagh, which is 11-10 to the Belgians. We'll give you a full rundown of how the bracket works in a little bit as another violation. There's the deep shot. It's going to hang a little bit. Task for it to be red, and it just continued to race away at pace. In the end, Van Lieberg was the closest receiver, but even he couldn't catch up to it. There's a strangely hushed feel on the pitch, of course, with I think energy probably understandably a bit low in Fab quarters. Immersi, little dish to Libashevsky. continuing to pop it comfortably around the back at the moment. The Flying Angels, of course, twice European champions, winning it back-to-back in 2010 and 2011. That one was going for the quick throw and go, too low. Bouchon with a quick pickup. Cut in the lefty. To Vlieg, and a brilliant layout block from Lutzi Stauffer, but there is a foul called on some contact.
Yeah, it looks like there was a bit of contact. I don't know. Lutzi Stauffer seemed to be in front for sure. Here's another look. Well, I think to me the contact came after the play, and as long as it wasn't dangerous after, but he is the reenactment saying he got his arm.
I'll be honest, I can't really tell.
Yeah, it's a little too blurry there. But sounds like it's accepted. Looks like it's accepted.
Swartz. Oh, bounces like in and out of Cotton's hands. He just lost sight of it for a second. And finally, Fab get the break. By which I mean the opportunity to hold. They get a break.
Yes.
Yeah. That makes more sense. Here's Immersi. Kind of just gives the little nod, says this is where we want you to attack. Stauffer slightly loses his footing and then picks himself back up. Looking for some throw and go action, but it's not quite there. Dawn looks to find a pass through. Instead, Immersi, he is going to get it out of his hands quick and slice apart that front three. Dawn gets back into place after the called travel. Now they're going to float that one up. Oh, it was risky. It showed too much of the underside to the wind. And it hits the tent to our right-hand side. Luca Bouchon, again, wanting to get going quickly. No time like the present for Gentle. Starting 15 minutes after everyone else, they might be the first side into the quarterfinals. Pick called.
Yeah, Bouchon there, jab stepping a little too aggressively and into some friendly fire there.
The offhand from Swartz asked a lot of the receiver, and Vlieg couldn't get down in time. Gentle Zone sets back up this arrowhead. Trying to stretch it wide a little bit behind Stauffer, but he gets a hand there. And now towed in on the far sideline by Livyshevsky. Back into Stauffer. Elmiger, a little bobble, but he catches. Not far outside the end zone now. Back to Immersi. Pump fake, sees the opportunity to squeeze it through, and Dawn never got himself in a position to bid.
Yeah, throw a little off there by Immersi. He was losing his balance, getting into that throwing stance. A little imbalance. No, he did actually go down cleanly. That one just released maybe a bit too low. And another timeout here. A lot of answers to come up with for Fab, but it's Gentle who want to slow things down this time. It's been a long point for them based on what they're used to from the beginning of this game.
Yeah, certainly some things that they can clean up in this combination on defense as Gentle continue to pour it onto Flying Angels, up 11-1.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
Gentle 11, Fab 1 here in the round of 16 in the open division. Steph, you've been casting your eye on what's going on around the grounds.
Yeah, some very interesting results. The champs have just tied things up at 12. If they can get through that one, that would be big news. It would save me a beer. If they don't, I owe Benji Reese a beer for Jet Set getting through in the division that I claimed nobody would go through to quarters in our preview show. So Benji clearly rooting for Jet Set there, but that is locked at 12s. Moon gonna do it. They're up big on KFK 12-7. Chevron have got back up on Costa Rica Grandes. They were down for a while, but it's 9-7 in that game. La Fota already finished off Otso. Alba bad skid in a tight one. 12-11 Alba with a slight lead. And Clapham 3 up on Chak. 11-8 in the other pre-quarter matches.
Yeah, we are streaming the Wall City 3SB game live from the Olympic Stadium. And that is currently, the last score update we got was 11-6 Wall. So that would be a very disappointing EUCF for 3SB if they could not even make the top 8.
And that is looking like the case, but we've seen some major comebacks. I don't expect one on this field here, but maybe over in the stadium, you never know.
Down the line. Now reset back Van Bogaert. Cottin zinging that lefty blade deep. And Van Leberg finds himself free at the back of the end zone. Gentle extending their advantage, 12-1.
12-1, everything works for them. Cottin chucked that one. Maybe not exactly what they drew up, but they're getting separation on a lot of their cuts. They're winning matchups inside. They're winning matchups cutting deep. Cottin saw the separation he liked, and the throw to Van Leberg, the rap star, the Belgian rap star, connects, and this one, well, I've been saying it's getting out of hand. It is out of hand right now.
Way out of hand.
And Gentle really, and possibly Fab too, just want that finish line to come sooner than later. Thank you again for watching. 200 and some watching live. We love seeing it. Couple more likes we would love seeing too. Like and subscribe. The consistent reminders, but it is reminders from the heart to help us, help you, help us, help the sport, help us make you a part of us and feel like you're contributing with us. Do all those wonderful things, please.
Collecting the offhand dish there is Afrini. Trying to rotate some players through now. Fab don't have the largest roster this week, so trying to make sure that everyone is trying to stay as fresh as possible, because in all honesty, that quarterfinal place has long since been locked up by Gentle, but Fab still got to pick themselves up from this, see how well they can finish in that 9-16 bracket.
Ninals.
The Ninals indeed. Sounding like a forced middle as the shot comes from Dalcourt way beyond anyone.
Yeah, that was only to the defense. Well, the defense was by far the closest recipient to that one. The 20-year-old Ralph Dalcourt from Stange put that one out, and that's just the kind of trouble they're having. When you can't generate the unders, you got to look upfield with some desperation sometimes. That time, the throw came out of the hand, maybe saw something else that wasn't there, but at the end, there was nothing there.
Tahone on the underneath. Now Willems having himself a decent game out there with a couple of goals, an assist and a block as that leading pass down the line for Ruel. Ruel spots his target in the end zone and rising, the most casual of one-handed grabs from Jelle van der Moor. It's 13-1.
Nice throw by Simon Ruel to go with his goal. He's got an assist. A player who's just so athletic, got speed, lays out, not known for his throwing prowess, but he has been on steady improvements over at least the last 2.5 years that I've known him. And now he's, you know, in a very comfortable situation. That nice half-field upline leading throw. And doing it on the assisting side of the disc as well. The talented young Frenchman from Blois, who's had playing days, of course, with Isno in the past, and now bringing his talents here as Isno didn't qualify. And it makes you think, Benji, like Isno didn't qualify in a region where Fab finished second. And that shows you the range of what is going on in this continent right now. A team like Isno, who was as strong as they were 2 years ago, a bit of a regression out of them. They're on a rebuild for sure after that non-qualify. A lot of that has been addressed, but to be ousted by Fab and to see Fab getting crushed this much, it really just shows how strong Gentle is right now, and the diversity and how much deviation there is from strength to weakness in this open division.
Again, another great pull from Gentle, just about skims inbounds before going out, so it has to be taken from the front cone by the Swiss side. And Gentle, to be honest, have been anything but in this game. It has been brutal from them. Just past the bidding defender. Rees sees Elmiger try and leak behind the defense, but doesn't want to put it. Maybe the way the game has gone, you can understand that. Nice wide swing again, Rees. Pops to Immersi. Trying to get it all done in the backfield. Spacing's a little bit off there, but he finds the wide option in Rees, and they cross midfield now. It's a good patient possession. Lays one out for Dawn as a violation.
Disca on the field.
Moon catchers, more like boon catchers, am I right?
You're absolutely right, Benji, as per always.
Moon catchers KFK is the game taking place on the other field, if you didn't pick that up. Bit of a bump on the mark there from Tahone. Immersi be enough to carry on as Metzger breaks, and now the little flip to Immersi, a couple of yards outside the end zone. Metzger to Immersi, the hammer. I think he sold it short, and he did. And he looks down at the ground in frustration, shakes his head because he knew that he should have executed better on that one.
Yeah, that's all there is to it. It should have been a better throw. He's got that throw, but that throw was not available to him right now, and a lot of that would probably have to do with confidence levels. Sports ain't going to catch up to that one.
No, the deep shot asked too much of him. He said, in and around to Metzger. They're just trying to pop through the back. Fab's first possession on this point, to be fair to them, looked pretty good. It was just the underthrown hammer from Immersi. Metzger again. It's a calm stroll downfield this at the moment. Now Elmiger. Back to Immersi. Suggests the swing. Doesn't want it. Might take it belatedly, and Metzger under good pressure. Clap catch goes to ground to secure. And Immersi looking for some throw and go. And Fair Ben Bogart quickly accepts the foul.
Yeah, pivots right through. And then Bogart knew he was moving into that pivot.
Stoppage for a collision at the front of the stack downfield.
Yeah, Bizat down on the ground holding his side of his face, so he must have caught an elbow or something sharp there. He's calling an injury from the seated position. He'll take a break, and we'll have a substitution on for him. Gentle will have the option to reciprocate, but doesn't look like it. Stauffer, Lutzi Stauffer, the player coming in. And Bizat will have to be tended to. First one to see him is Jan Tenger.
Metzger, the flick to Rees, makes it 13-2.
And they're back on the board. Of course, too little, too late, but it's a regeneration or generation of any sort of a bit of efficiency right now. Something to carry into the next game. There's going to be a lot of dropped heads at the end of this one, no matter what. Right now, any positives they can take from the end of this game is good. As much as I say they do want it to be over almost sooner than later, they do want to still be able to show.
You've got some pride at stake.
Exactly. You still want to at least hold your holds. You know, you're probably only going to receive a pull or two more in this game. You know, maybe only one. But still, when you do like that, you still want to be able to show some efficiency for yourselves, for your pride, but also because you still got a bit more, you got more to play for here. You're still going to have 2 more games, maybe 3, till your placing game's done, and you want to find a way to get back on track. Sure, the divisions will be redrawn, everything should be leveled up again, and you want to find some sort of positives from what is otherwise a completely lopsided affair. Benji, we'll give some score updates again after this sequence because there's a lot of hoo-hoo. I'm telling you right now, 14-14, a universe point game coming up between Jet Set and Ranelagh.
And the winner of that game plays the winner of this game in the quarterfinals. So an all-Belgian affair potentially on the table. Sontag pump fakes the backhand. They're swinging around the back, Boumalal. Now his turn for the pump fake. He thought about the around. It's still on if he wants it, but on this time he's just going to shelve it. Aaron van der Wegen leads Fuse down the line. Sontag. Flicks and van der Wegen towards the far sideline where Moans. Into the end zone for Toby de Crane.
And 1 point away now, Benji, 14-1. This game started exceptionally late and will still be amongst the first to finish. The last pull on offer for Fab to receive, and they're gonna wanna see if they can, like we talked about, come good with a final offering in this game that may otherwise choose to be forgotten.
Our second quarterfinalist is set, by the way, and that means it's actually come in our first set quarterfinal. It is Lafota versus Alba, with Alba beating Bad Skid 15-13.
Wow, tight match there.
And Mooncatchers have polished off KFK 15-9 as well.
Chevron has now got ahead of Costa Rica Grandes with a little bit of comfort, 11-8. Clapham still dueling with Chak, but up by 3. And on the other pitch, Wall City up by 4 on 3SB. So Gentle could finish things off here with a break, and they've got a few breaks in this game, so they're definitely capable.
Here's the pull, the edge, I think might take this one out of bounds, and it will be an opportunity to begin at the brick.
And maybe one of like the first bad pulls of the game too out of Gentle. They've been quite efficient, as we've mentioned.
A lot of the Gentle sideline seems more interested in what's going on the Jet Set Ranelagh game than what's going on here. I think Jet Set just won on a Callahan, by the way. As that one through, Metzger thinks he had it in his hands. And there is going to be a call. So I'll take that beer, Steph.
Yeah, I owe Benji a beer. Jet Set knocking off the champs in the pre-quarter on a Callahan.
I will get that last bit confirmed. It was just a short field turnover, but
okay.
That is a big story. Ranelagh looked really good on day one, but different story on day two.
And 3 Belgian teams in the quarterfinals, Benji.
As the call retracted there from Metzger, they are going to call it a clean D. So Gentle with a chance to ice the game and take on Jet Set in the quarterfinal. Vlieg. Oh, the defender sold out of the boots right the way down the river, Simons, and then flipped back to Vlieg. 15-2 final score. An absolute pantsing by Gentle in the end.
Yeah, a beat down on all levels. A show of defensive prowess. The pulling set things up. The pressure Gentle just continued to put on line after line of these dogs, they call them, chasing down pulls and putting big pressure on from the first reception. I don't think there was a single pull that wasn't marked upon by the time it was caught. There was good pull chasing and overall just great defense. They didn't need to be that good offensively, but they were on their 2 or 3 on their 3 receptions, 0 turns for the O-line, and 3 chances where they played. So a complete game for Gentle's D-line, and that was really all they needed to dispatch of Fab and prepare themselves to face the team from Leuven, Jet Set, in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, Gentle's O-line took the field 3 times and scored cleanly on each of them, 12 breaks to nothing, and they hit on nearly 2/3 of the break chances they created. Just utter dominance there from Gentle. And I'll tell you what, that Gentle Jet Set quarterfinal is going to be a little bit tasty indeed. I think we've got time to maybe squeeze in one final look at the at how the quarterfinal bracket is shaking out. By the way, huge thanks to our friends at 4 Sportswear for helping to power our stats this season. Been hugely fun to work with them. Chevy up 11-9 on Costa Rica Grandes. Clapham up 13-9 on Chak, and that is also the same score between Wall City and 3SB. Next game is in 20 minutes time, so that's 12:30 here in Poland, and we've got mixed division action. On this pitch we have Disconnection versus Manchot, while if you want to kick over to the other streaming field, catch the end of Wall City 3SB. They are going into mixed division as well, with Reading taking on Tartu Turbulence, a team that only seems to play close games so far this weekend. On behalf of all our ULTI.TV crew and the wonderful Stefan Rapazzo sitting alongside me, Benjamin Rees, we'll see you on the other side for some mixed quarterfinal action at EUC 2023.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, Ultimate.
ULTI.TV.